Do you feel that the action is going to be in the Alireza Magnus game? Because yes, Magnus is a pawn down, but his knight is so good on d5. Ooh. Let's go there. Magnus down to 5 minutes, 34 seconds.
Let's go to this game or let's go to the good knight? Which one? Because Black's knight is
I thought
beautiful.
it's the same thing.
Same thing. That is
We've got quite a few good knights on the board.
Exactly. Incredible piece. I mean, the eval bar says 0.0. White's a pawn up, but with the inferior minor piece.
Yeah.
Which side are we taking?
I do love that knight on d5. It's not going anywhere. It's targeting e3, c3. I'm picking Magnus. Maybe it's the Magnus bias as well. And now he's the one who's up on the clock, playing with the better minor piece, has the open B line as well, putting pressure. I'd say that Magnus is on the better side of equality here.
Okay, Jovanka, who are you picking? Extra pawn or the beautiful knight?
Well, usually, you know, I am a member of the Pawn Grabbers Association, but the bishop on e1, it's a bad bishop. It's a good defender, let's put it that way. But it's not just that. It's the fact that the rook is threatening to come down to b3, and I just don't see anything active for white.
So you're picking the knight?
Yes, the good knight.
The good knight it is.
Yes, same. I would love to find any reason to disagree, but now I'm looking at the clock. Alireza has 2.5 minutes. He pushes at least one pawn to a light square, trying to make his bishop less bad. But 2.5 minutes, he has 10 moves to make before any increment kicks in.
Yeah, I'm literally sitting next to two of the biggest pawn grabbers that I know.
Yes.
So it definitely says something if you guys agree that it's Magnus's piece activity that's going to be doing the talking. So f5 played, but that pawn could also come under fire with the queen moving back at the right time, starting to put pressure via c8 to f5. Or is there something more active? Maybe Jovanka's idea of going rook b3, but I will point out rook b3 could be met by a potential attack with queen h5, some rook a7 ideas. You have to be a little careful.
You do have to be a little bit careful, right? Because there is rook a7 ideas in the air, followed by queen g4, queen h5. Still tricky potential, right?
f5 is actually really tricky.
Very good move. I think that is Alireza at his best when he foresees some attack. And when the time scramble happens, then he's able to actually set a trap and kind of bamboozle his opponents. Magnus is a very wily customer, though. He does understand the risks involved. He puts his king on h7. It is in checking distance, but if the white queen goes now, then the e3 pawn drops. So not quite yet. And he doesn't want to allow any back rank checks with tempo. The white rook can never sneak in now with gain of time. This could definitely be all three results, though. Like, I know we all said we prefer black, but I could see white winning this. Here we go.
David, there's still 9 moves to be made, Jovanka, and 1 minute 50 seconds for Alireza Firouzja. He goes for it. He's giving up a pawn for the attack.
Exactly, and should you even capture that pawn? I would say no.
It's a trap. He set his first trap. I think this loses on the spot. Knight takes pawn because first white gives a check, but the queen is going to step back, hitting the rook, hitting the knight. That is so sneaky, Alireza Firouzja. That is so easy to fall into and blunder.
It really is, because you're only looking at ideas of rook a7, putting pressure on g7, but a double attack, 2 undefended pieces coming under fire. It's an easy miss, but Magnus has 4 minutes. I think he sees this one.
Yeah. I suspect also because the pawn on e4 is hanging, that we might see a Magnus type queen e8, cover all the bases.
I was going to say, I'm glad you pointed that out, because I was so tempted to make the move rook to a8 and just trade off the rooks on the a line, but then I see that I just end up losing that pawn on e4 at the end of it.
But actually, I also see if you step back with the queen, rook a7 is coming.
Can we revise our opinions? I suddenly like white. Even the worst bishop is just as good as a good knight. Magnus, his hand was shaking a little bit as he retreats his queen.
He's setting up knight takes pawn. And if queen takes pawn, what's his idea next? Rook e8. It's got to be rook e8.
Yeah, and black skewers the white queen, wins back at least one of the pawns, keeps the good knight. And yeah, that's a very Magnus move. It's exactly what you were describing, Jovanka. He keeps control. He defends the 7th rank. The white rook can't get in. Defends the pawn. Keeps an eye on f5. Covers the e8. Very nice move. Can I revise my opinion again? I don't know. 1 minute, though, for Alireza. He's got 9 moves to make. Oh, it's less than 10 seconds of move at this point. Oh, he does take a pawn.
He takes it. Rook to e8, attacking the queen, hitting the pawn behind it. Or will Magnus find something better, more active? It truly is a game for all 3 results right now.
Yeah. I mean, if the rooks come off, I think that helps Magnus. Queens come off, unclear. Bishop for knight exchange, of course, will never happen on Magnus's. On his watch, it won't happen.
The only thing I feel about rook to e8 is that Alireza intends to get his queen right back from where it came from, and then again threatening a check on g6. I don't know how comfortable it is for black to pick up that pawn on e3.
Oh, wow. There's actually tactics here. Maybe we can show this. That's a really nice trick there that you just mentioned, Tanya, because rook to e8, there are some traps. If white goes back to g4, as you mentioned, knight takes e3, queen check on g6, the king, I'm not sure which square is best, but rook a7. Oh. That's exactly what you were describing, right? Like,
Yeah.
Suddenly, if the black queen gets distracted, then whoops, double attack. The knight drops.
I'm going to be honest, I thought it's at best a perpetual. But it's actually you're losing a piece at the end of the line.
Guys, it's on the board right now.
Queen g4
Rook
played.
E8, Queen g4.
Just to mention, queen b5, blue arrow move there. Queen b5 was the best, but now queen g4. Magnus is in a bit of trouble. He needs to allow this.
Whoa, and that's impossible, right? You have to walk into a line that you're losing a piece. Magnus is about to go down in this one.
But what is the save?
This is I don't think Magnus finds this. The best move for everyone at home. Knight takes pawn. You walk into the opponent's trap. You walk your king back. And after rook to a7, you're getting skewered. It looks like you're losing on the spot. But you can play knight to d1.
No! Whoa!
Rook takes bishop is a checkmate threat. And the game continues. White is still better. Bishop to d2, you have to... Now you can, for example, take this rook because the knight is no longer hanging, but you still have to defend for Magnus. He's in huge trouble, but if he doesn't take this pawn, he's lost.
If Magnus spots knight to d1, that will be a genius moment. That move is insane.
Give him 1 hour, he might find it. Give him 1 minute, that's almost
If anyone
impossible.
can, David. If anyone can. It's this guy in front of us.
He has to take this pawn. If he doesn't, he's 2 pawns down, and e4 comes.
And that's just game over. The bishop comes to d2. You've got an active piece. You're up 2 pawns. The knight gets thrown back. Magnus has to go for this line where he's going to be sacrificing a queen for 1 move. He has to spot knight to d1. You can see the panic on him. He's down to 1 minute and 15 seconds. He doesn't know what to do.
He's shaking his head.
He hasn't seen it yet. 1 minute. They still have... Well, he has 8 moves to make in 1 minute.
He's going to do it. He finds knight takes pawn.
Even if he does, it's hard to defend. But this is it.
But the alternative is just to put the queen on e7 and be material down.
And that's just delaying the inevitable, right? You simply defend that e3 pawn with your bishop, line up the rook, push that e-pawn. You're basically surrendering yourself.
He's
to
now
losing eventually.
under 50 seconds.
Oh my goodness. Knight takes pawn. Magnus, make a move.
He's got 8 moves to make in 40 seconds. He's got 5 seconds per move.
And it's that move, knight d1, that he has to spot at the end of that line.
He has to start by taking this pawn.
He's got no time, David.
It looks like a blunder. He's panicking. He's under 30 seconds.
He's not going to play it.
Magnus Carlsen's going down.
It is analysis paralysis from him. He just doesn't know what to play right now.
20 seconds. Tick tock goes the clock. He moves the king.
That is a blunder from Magnus Carlsen. A missed chance, at least. e4 is coming now. He's 2 pawns down.
And he's got no time on the clock. Shake of his head. He can't believe it.
Now, too late. He jumps in with his knight. But now white can simply move the queen. Alireza's got everything covered. Magnus with 10 seconds to make 4 moves.
But it doesn't matter. Even if he survives the time scramble, the position's dead lost for black.
No chance here. He needs a miracle.
I cannot believe this. Alireza Firouzja with an injured leg here.
Yeah.
Taking down Magnus Carlsen on home turf.
And proving us all wrong.
And resigns! Alireza Firouzja gets the win in the classical against Magnus Carlsen.
Wow. And it was that sequence with f5. A brilliant move there. And Alireza picks up 3 points against the world #1.